The Philadelphia 76ers nearly didn't exist. Not because Philadelphia didn't want a team, but because the franchise that would become the Sixers was bleeding money in Syracuse, New York, and its owner was weeks away from shutting it down entirely. The Syracuse Nationals had been one of the NBA's most successful teams through the 1950s. They won the championship in 1955, fielded Hall of Famers like Dolph Schayes, and regularly drew respectable crowds to the old State Fair Coliseum. But by 1963, Syracuse was a problem. The city's population was shrinking, its economy contracting, and the Nationals' attendance had collapsed. Owner Danny Biasone, the same man who'd invented the 24-second shot clock to save the league from boring stall ball, was losing $50,000 a year. He'd personally bankrolled the team for years, but by the early 60s, he was done. Biasone quietly began shopping the Nationals to buyers in other cities. There was interest from Baltimore, from San Francisco, from a group in Los Angeles. But none of those deals closed. Then, in early 1963, a call came from Philadelphia. The caller was Irv Kozloff, a paper goods manufacturer who'd made a fortune selling packaging to the food industry. Kozloff didn't know much about basketball, but he knew Philadelphia hadn't had an NBA team since the Warriors moved to San Francisco in 1962. He offered Biasone $500,000 for the franchise. Biasone accepted. On May 22, 1963, the NBA approved the move. The Syracuse Nationals were dead. The Philadelphia 76ers were born. But first, they needed a name. Kozloff wanted something that tied the team to Philadelphia's history. He ran a naming contest. 500 entries came in. The finalists were narrowed to 3. The 76ers, honoring the year of the Declaration of Independence, the Ben Franklins, and the Liberty Bells. Kozloff chose 76ers. It was short, it was different, and it didn't sound like a mascot. The team would play at Convention Hall, then move the next year to the brand new Spectrum. The roster, coaching staff, and front office were all carried over from Syracuse. Same team, different city, different name. And for the first 2 seasons, the 76ers were mediocre. They made the playoffs but lost early both years. Attendance in Philadelphia was better than Syracuse, but not great. The franchise was stable, but unremarkable. Then came January 1965. The 76ers traded for Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain, the most dominant player in the league, had been playing for the San Francisco Warriors, the same Warriors that had left Philadelphia 3 years earlier. The trade cost Philadelphia 3 players in cash, but it gave the city back its biggest star. Attendance spiked immediately. The Spectrum sold out game after game. In 1967, the 76ers won 68 games, still one of the best regular season records in NBA history. They beat the Boston Celtics in the playoffs, ending Boston's 8-year championship streak. Then they beat the Warriors in the finals, Chamberlain defeating his former team to win the title for Philadelphia. The franchise that had nearly folded in Syracuse 4 years earlier was now a champion. The 76ers would win again in 1983 with Moses Malone and Julius Erving and remain Philadelphia's team ever since. But the founding story is the one that matters. A Syracuse team weeks from bankruptcy, saved by a packaging manufacturer who wanted to fill an empty arena in Philadelphia. The 76ers didn't start in Philadelphia. They survived there. Next time, we head north to the NHL.